Lowell North Series number something, 3 maybe? I should know that. Current's supposed to be switching, so we're looking, it looks like it's still coming in. So there's the ocean, it's still flooding in. It looks like we're getting further away. I can't really see. It does look like if you look at the land behind this buoy, that's maybe just the wind blowing me along, but you can see I'm moving. Okay, so it's not super easy to check it by drift when you have a sail up, but I think it's still flooding, and then the current's going to be going out that way. Look how close to this island you set that. And then all the kids are out here. This is the Southern California Youth Yacht Racing Association Lowell North Series number something, San Diego Yacht Club, September 2025. All the kids out in their own little groups. Not many people, not many coaches helping them now. Just the kids are out doing their own pre-race routine. Hello. The current is day 1 of the North Series. 8th leaders are scored in a series. And we do have Benton Wallace is out here. He's won the North Series 3 years in a row, and he's looks like he's going to try to do the North Series again. No, this is number 1. This is North Series number 1. That's right. And that would be, no one has ever done that. Wartime winner has never happened, and that's going to be challenging. Several good kids out here. Anyway, getting ready for race 1. I tell you, everybody is up near the starting line. That usually means, and some of these kids are way up here above the starting line. That means the current is already ebbing out usually. If we saw everybody way down there, then we know the current is flooding, especially with inexperienced sailors. They drift down current. I am drifting into this buoy though right here. So we don't know the current yet. I'm trying to teach you guys how to figure it out. The good thing about the Newport and ABYC kids also, in addition to ours, is they practice off each end before the races. These guys are pretty good, really good sailors. And I was just looking at the ends, and it looked like the starting line was pretty even. It was not favored one way or the other a bunch. Now, we had some goals. One is we've got to learn to use line sights because they help us a lot. We learn everything better when we're young. You got to remember that. So you got to learn line sights now, no matter how frustrated you get. Even if you get OCSs, this is all practice. This is small potatoes for you guys. If you're going to sail in high school and college or other stuff, or other sports, this is small potatoes. This is Sabot racing. And line sights. What else? Learning to see your speed. Being able to judge your speed next to other boats. So you know when to squeeze up a little or you know when to press. Especially upwind, but even downwind, you have to be able to identify. That's what good sailors do. They through practice, they learn if they're going fast or slow. Now I'm gonna drift here. I'm just above the starting line. So what you would do is just drift here. Here she is, she's doing it. Yeah, she's lining up the starting line. It looks like the start line, Duncan, almost lines up with an orange windsock over there. And then you drop down a little. You're below the line right now a little bit. Oh, current's going this way. Hey, Duncan, current's going this way. I don't know if you can tell, but just a second ago, I was almost lined up with the orange. There's an orange windsock through there. And I am moving that way. Yeah, so the current is either slack. So I am over right now. I'm barely over. So I need to drop down. So this is what you would be doing. I'm lining up the top of the... There, I would start right here. Yeah, I would start right here. See, I'm lined up with this building. I would start just like that, lined up there. And I would not go here, lined up with the windsock, because that puts me over. Yeah, and then I wouldn't start way down here lined up with the pin lined up with those buildings, because I'd be way below the line. I do think the current's going out. Benton, 103.89. Clara, 101.53. 103.96, Clara Hannum. Now you have to remember that sound signal. You have to remember that that sound signal takes a little time to get to me. So we can't go by the sound signal. If the race committee counted it down over the radio, then we would know. Okay, so we got Clara Hannum here. My goal for her is to trim a little tighter like Fenton when she's fast. Starboard tack is closer to the mark and there's more wind coming, so she's just hanging and being patient. Yeah, she's just hanging. Lorelei, 8577, doing great, just hanging right in there. It's good that, you know, you got Fenton there. He just won Sabot Nationals, so you're right next to him within a couple boat lengths. Yep, nice tack, Lorelei. Didn't head up hard at all. See how the sail did not luff at all, but she was right on the wind. Clara's doing okay. Race 1, A fleet. New A fleeter, Oliver right here. Theo, 103.92. He got second at Sabot Nationals. Ronan Cervais, 103.88 with red back number with 88 red. He got fourth at Sabot Nationals. This guy was getting a lot of pressure. Both these two sailed 29ers also. So both these two are getting some pressure to go race 29ers out in the ocean. We do live in San Diego, man. We can put kids in 29ers when they're very young. The problem with Clara is this guy's lifted. Oh, yep. Now it's coming back up. Yeah, bye-bye. These guys are so far ahead, I think. These guys had to tack back again because the right is lifted. There's a big hole. There's a big hole right here where they're all headed. And there is a big puff right over here. Yeah, these guys are starting to get the header. Uh-oh, they're in trouble. It's only race 1. You guys got to remember, 30 races. More than 30. The North Series does more. Oh, look at that angle. He should be footing. So when you get over here and get this shift, should be. Okay, that's the first beat right there. Looked like the right turned out to be really good. Yeah, this guy looks like a stud here. We've had some funny encounters with the seal boats. Making really violent turns and just like that. This is like, there's no need for that turn right there, but they're probably not trained in sailing, so they don't understand the angle. Okay, you want to get good in sailboat racing, this is how you do it. Naples Sabot A fleet. Very adjustable, very challenging boat. You have to be on your game to be able to do all the different sail controls and all the different maneuvers with a boat that goes sideways quite a bit. B fleet just started. The B fleet's coming off the line at a completely different port tack angle than the A fleet did. And we have, who do we have in this fleet? We've got 103.98. Madeline doing her second B fleet regatta. She just got thrown in a couple weeks ago. She won the Dutch Shoe Marathon this year, first overall. Oh, good circle by 9894. Okay, and here's Jack. And here's Parker. Parker just got second place at the Fall Gold Cup in Port Harbor. So Parker's been skippering and crewing with his mom on snipes a lot. That's why he's got the snipe on his tail. It's a big snipe family. Dutch Shoe Marathon, all four, mom, dad, brother, and sister all do the Dutch Shoe. San Diego Yacht Club to Coronado Yacht Club, about 8.5 mile race. Oh, this is a good sign. You see how everybody's on starboard coming downwind? That's good for port tack upwind. So Parker's probably in pretty good shape here. 103.98 is Madeline, and I think that's our only two B fleeters. Oh, is that Laszlo? This is the C1 fleet. Brendan 10145, Poppy 10022, C1 fleet. If you win a 2-day regatta, you move up to the B fleet.
9212, 9212.
Okay, I think the current is not a factor right now, but the current is going to start to push us that way in the next hour, in the next 45 minutes. Brendan, a little under trimmed on his mane, not enough Cunningham, so he shouldn't pull all those wrinkles out, but just enough wrinkles so that when you change your main sheet tension, the sail shape changes. You see it get flatter into trimming, you get fuller when you ease the main sheet. But he needs to trim harder, like 10409 is Elizabeth. She doesn't need any more Cunningham, but she's got her mane tighter. And she's not on, there's Poppy. Poppy might want to tack out of there if she can clear. 10022. She's a little over trim. Probably needs a little Cunningham. Here's Duncan doing his his first C1 regatta. He won the C2 fleet in Newport Beach. Look at how light it is here, guys. This is the problem with the shoal, is not the problem, but this is what makes you a good sailor. You got to see these holes and be ready for them. When you get holes, you got to be not quite as tight on the main sheet. You got to be sitting in. Okay, well, it looks like it's gonna be a tough regatta. Okay, that was a super short course. Windward finished downwind. They do a lot of races in this fleet, and they like to get races off. I am over. I'm over, and I have checked that they have not moved the starting line at all, but you see the orange windsock, I'm still over. Still over. You see the orange windsock? That's over by a little. Yeah, we're over by a little right now. Not bad race. Obviously, we didn't know the right was going to pay like that, and that happens. We're still over. Yeah, so I'm trying to get down to where my pin is lined up with this building right here. And it's hard because of, here, move forward a little. Yeah, see, I'm not, the current is going out. Okay, here we go. I'm drifting now. I got 2 Sabots hooked up. Okay, now I'm getting below the line. And now I know for sure I'm below line. See how the pin's lined up with that building there? That's below the line. The actual line sight is there. Wow. Okay, so I did not have a good safe line sight. I had a bad line sight here. Okay, so I am over right now. So I had a very bad line sight. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I am below the line for sure, so I'm gonna probably line up with that.
This is
thing at
Sabot, ABC1, single boat coaches.
There we go.
Tell your folks that the current is pushing them over.
Now. We talked about how all these regattas are practice. And we had specific goals. You need to be setting specific goals for regattas, and we try to prioritize right now the most important things. For A through C1, it was work on line sights. You need to set up, so here's the committee boat end flag. You need to get right there and reach down the line. So now that everybody's finished, you're allowed to come over here. Okay. The B's in C1 should be practicing upwind. They take a 5-minute break, eat your food, talk to your coach, and then get practicing. Okay, so I am over. Here's the committee boat end. I'm over. I'm over. I'm over. Okay. And you get right on the line. I don't know. 6. I'm over. I'm still over. See the orange flag? I'm still over. Okay. I am now below the line. So my former safe line sight from before is now there. Now my safe line sight is right here. Not on that building, but off that building. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is the lowest I can be. If the pin end's favored, I'd have to stay closer. If the boat end was favored, I could drop down. If the boat end was favored, I could actually drop down, you know, down like this. Okay, that's advanced stuff. One of the good things about the Naples Sabot fleet is that you're gonna have a few former college sailors of the year, or, you know, a coach who's been out here. So we got Mike Pickney out here, Adrian Patterson, former college sailor of the year. I think she won Sabot Nationals. And the other yacht clubs are raising their game. So Newport Harbor, Long Beach, ABYC. Oh, the current's definite. You can't mind to see it, but the current is going that way now. Okay, and I'm gonna check my line sight right after these guys start. So the current going this way, you look, uh-oh. See how people are hitting the committee boat end? That was illegal, by the way, but you know why that's happening? It's because the current's going that way. So you gotta know this stuff. Somebody says to me, oh, I don't worry about the current. It's like, okay, well, when you get to college nationals in Charleston, you're gonna stink. Yeah, this is gonna be a general recall. Oh boy, that was a foul. I'm gonna check the line sight here. The other way to check line sights is to go outside. Okay, what's the actual line sight? Is, oh wow. Actual line sight. Yeah, actual line sight is the tent. See how far off the line I am here? The line sight, the second tent puts me way behind the line. So again, you should be sitting here working on line sights here. See the second tent right up there? That is way behind the line. And the first tent is... Nice race, nice race! There you go, getting very close to the line now. Okay, then I'm gonna show you what's over. Over is right there. So you don't want to do that. You want to start just behind the line, full speed. That's your goal. You'll start 1 or 2 seconds late if you're going full speed. You can cover that distance in 1 or 2 seconds, is what I'm saying. Oh, look at the cloud. There's the first big cloud. So we're probably going to see a small build in the wind. There's no more cumulus. There's little ones way out there. Those are supposed to build, and if they do build, we'll get more wind here. For race 2, he's got the loud hailer and he's ready to hail. We could have a pin end boat if we need it. Probably should for the A fleet in an outgoing current. 10397 is Hudson. 10398 is Fenton. 8577 is Lorelei. I am worried because the flags are blowing this way. You can't be at the pin end. Race 2 for the A fleet. Ronan got out. God, these kids fouling is getting old. The good thing is there's some of these kids from Newport that are actually cross-training in Optimus dinghies, and the coaching in Optimus dinghies is very boat handling, different theory. Hammer on the boat handling, and then kind of still learn all the tactics, but emphasis on boat handling. And we emphasize learning how to sail the boat the right way. Master starboard tack close haul, master port tack close haul, master running, broad reaching, dead downwind, by the lead, bang settings, a little more teaching them at a young age. We learn everything better when we're young. Boat handling should be done with about 3 or 4 coaches a year, not 15, because they're all going to tell you different stuff. And boat handling should be done on their own all the time. That's what's missing, is the kids only do boat handling practice, most of them, when somebody is directing them to how to do it. They should take the drills we teach them and get out there and work on them. And I love all these kids, but they've been told that they can't do things for themselves. They can get out here and work on boat handling all by themselves, and then you get supplemental coaching. You do not want to be getting coached on boat handling all the time. Get coached on how to think for yourself. This is right here, the lightest part of the day. Somebody said, should I go right a little and then back left a little? Race 2 will probably be different than race 1. Sometimes the same thing pays every race. What I told them is, you got to sail the lifted tack. If you get headers, you need to go into them a little and then tack, maybe 10 seconds or something sometimes, maybe 3 seconds, maybe 15. And then you've got to sail the lifts and also watch the water very carefully. Now the wind is filling back in. So the beef leaders should be looking up here right now. They would be saying to themselves that it's getting windier on the 8th. Oh, look at that. Cumulus are building. So we're going to see a building breeze now. The heat's rising in the desert. It's a little interesting because these are completely different clouds up here, but you can see the cumulus building, and they're going to get some rain out there this afternoon. And we're kind of between systems. This is a little bit of a building, thunderstorms out there, so we're going to get a nice sea breeze blow through here for a while. Wow, I can see the bottom right here. B fleet looks headed on starboard compared to the last one. There's a Jack 10116. His sail was too full. He's not sheeting it hard enough. Your sail can't be a big round thing. It's got to be kind of flat and kind of full. Here's Parker 10275. Here's Madeline 10398. Laszlo 7696 is a little over trimmed. Just boned on the main sheet, just a little too flat on the main. Jack Riley 10116, great job. B Fleets, race 2. The more battles you have now, the more confidence you have later. So you got Benton, Taven, Pearson, Theo, Ronan, Lorelei 8577 having a good race. So the ROL 9559 having a good race, just turned 12. So a couple 7th graders out there, 10392, 7th grader, 10389, 8th grader, 7435, 8th grader, 10388, 6th grader. So these guys aren't judging the line very well. C1, race 2. Oh, that's okay, Caroline.
900. 10094.
Okay, A fleet coming around.
9-4, clear. 900, clear. 299, you're always good, clear.
So this, these are challenging conditions. You got A fleet now blocking your wind. Okay, you guys got to heel to leeward going around the leeward mark, you guys. Yeah. That way you can ease the tiller out of your hand and the boat will turn. You don't need to push the rudder. Anywho, these guys all did great. Poppy, Eleanor, they're ducking A fleeters and busting out into clear air. Oh, this is going to be interesting. If they can just cross the A fleeters, that's going to be a huge advantage. Where the kids back here are going to have a zigzag for the A fleeters. 10409 Elizabeth, 1002 Poppy. With Poppy, we have her go. Anyway, getting bigger. You should be seeing wind pretty soon. Just another 2 or 3 knots. What I learned today, again, is the misunderstandings of the boom vang. If you have your boom vang off, and you're reaching, you are going to be slower. You're losing power. You have too much twist, okay? So you guys don't reach very much, right? Whenever we're reaching, it's just to go from here to there. We don't reach during races very often, so we don't know that the right amount of vang on a reach makes us more power. Okay, I am right on the line right here. See see the 10th there, the line has not changed at all. That's one reason why you need a line sight. You now know it has not changed. And my safe line sight is going to be around 10th. If I start anywhere in the middle of the line or towards an end, right there, with it lined up with that 10th, right? That 10th, everybody keeps blocking me. That 10th right there, that's right behind Ronan. See, I'm drifting down right now. See how I'm not lined up with the 10th any longer? So I am drifting with the wind, dropping down. So I'm well behind the line now. I'm now 2 boat lengths sailing distance. We're not talking about the distance that way to the line. We're not talking about the distance that way to the line. It's the sailing distance to the line. That way, you know, close haul is going to be there. Now I'm way below the line. Now I'm on the, oh come on. Now I'm on the second round 10. I wish I could just get a clear view for once. There we go. That's way below the line. We want to line the pin up with that one over there. We got Coffee second, Elizabeth third, Glad fourth, Brendan fifth, Andy C1 fleet. Very big fleet. Oh, here's Duncan, had a much better race. 9419 yellow life jacket right here. Probably 11th. And big C1 fleet about to start race 3. Parker is over. I flag's not in effect for B fleet. There you go, Parker dipping down now. Again, the younger sailors are going to struggle with understanding the effects of current. And that's why we have to be out here. Look how far over they are. Yep, so now it's not common to have recalls in the B or C1 flag. Race 3, A fleet just getting to the windward mark. Now, if you want to be good in sailing, Sabot A fleet's the place to be. I don't know if you can see these kids, but they're all within 3 or 4 seconds of each other. Less than 10 seconds separates first from ninth. You got Oliver, 8600. We worked with him a little between races. It's a challenging boat because if you trim the main sheet too loose upwind, the sail's too full. And if you trim it too tight, it is too flat. So you have to be able to transition between a little fuller and a little flatter with the main sheet very subtly. And these are now 8 to 13-year-olds. It's a very fine line. 2 more inches of main sheet and the sail's much flatter. So it takes some time. There we go. Oliver, Benton, Theo. There's Ronan 103 having another good race. Looking at the different banks, Lorelei has a bunch of twists. And so that's good for when you go by the lee. That is good, like she's doing in the puff. She's pulling the main in to bring the top batten more square to the wind. And in the light spot, she's out. I would probably have a fraction more bang. And then you look at Clara right next to her. Clara's sitting too far back, and her bang is much tighter in the blue boat. Her sail's too flat. Oliver, loose bang. Theo, loose bang. Fenton's going around. Okay, the Fenton's buoy, the left buoy there, the left turn is better. I'm not going to explain exactly. It was just how I saw Pearson's boom swing. See how lifted he is coming out of there, 7435. Where would you start if that's a starting line? You'd start at the far end. Yeah. Oh, Oliver, 8600, having a good race. Just getting the main sheet in the right place more. It's a very finite groove, you know, 1, 2, 3 inches, not 5. A fleet, they're pretty good. Okay, we got 30 seconds to go for B fleet. They have the I flag up. It looks like nobody's really in danger. Parker's got to be careful. Laz is doing well, but I can tell the committee boat is favored by looking at Laz. He's going downwind right now. He's going downwind away from the committee boat, so that's, I don't care though. He's near the line. Oh, last. Nope.
7696 over.
Yeah.
9963 over.
And Jack, 101.16. Yeah, that's 2 races in a row for Jack. Can't pump the main out and in like that too much. You got to come off the line and lock it really close. Oh, that's okay. Oh, Parker. Yeah, nice little snipe. Look at him. Kind of heel to leeward to get through the waves. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, don't rock. No rocking. You want to get on the rail very smooth in a Sabot so the leeward keeps the flow. Beauty. Fun. Yeah. Madeline. B-Fleet. 103.98. Oh, a little tight on the trim, which she has to be because she's trying to hold the lane. Beauty. Good sailors. One thing I learned today is the top of the course, it gets very light. So you want to be, it's not that you want to heel to leeward much, but you want to be more in the middle of the boat, sitting closer to the main sheet block in the light wind. And you want to have the main sheet slightly looser, and you have to trim, you have to practice trimming to the telltales. Because when it gets light air, if you're steering to the telltales and you're trying to head up and then head down and then head up and then head down, you're just killing your speed a little bit. So it's better to be able to just adjust the main sheet lightly. Here we go. C1's going to have a general recall. This almost never happens. All clear, all clear. Yeah, again, we have to be out here learning current. And it's going to be just like a high school national regatta in your future or something, or a Harry Sears regatta up in Long Beach or something. The current is going to affect that. You might as well be practicing it now. End of race 3. The C1s are now going to wait. Fenton, I think, has 2 bullets now. So the best thing is that it does not always happen this way, but sometimes when we have rough first races, we have better races after that with our attitude and our attention to detail. It doesn't always work out perfectly, but it has at Nationals and it has at this regatta. That looks like a Oliver Stanford 8600 getting his best A-Fleet race ever. Getting a 2nd, Theo 3rd, Ronan 5th, Clara Hannum 6th, Blue Boat, yes. Getting our main sheet in the right place. Getting through the light spots. That's what we're working on there. Lorelei, look at that. Just another top 10 finish. I'm coming around in race 3 first in the B fleet by quite a bit. Madeline Parrish coming around 2nd in the B fleet race 3. Parker, very good. It looks quite light. That's what you would notice right now. And there's wind out there. That's harsh. Oh, there's wind ahead. He's just going to keep going. Okay, yeah, we'll see what happens now. It ain't easy. So we got race 3 for C1 coming up, race 4 for A's and B's. And when you're at a venue, there's a lot of things that are indicative for current. We notice in a boat that drifts sideways a lot that a lot of kids are actually above the starting line. That is an indicator that the current is going up the course, and the race committee boat is hanging sideways to the wind, which is also a big indicator that the current is going up the course. And that line looks barely long enough for C1. There we go. Not an easy venue, the shoal. Okay, it looks like they have less than 1 minute for the A fleet. Barging is not smart. You can see how the committee boat is hanging sideways to the wind. That's because of the ebbing tide. Wow, those are really hard to hear, those sound signals. Okay, so the pin end must have been favored. Lorelei, a little over trim. Yeah, little over trim. There you go. Lorelei busted out over here. She's about to get a huge puff. And I don't know if she's doing well or not. She's, you know, she's around 10th every race out of 20th. I think she's going to come out good. I think those boats out there are behind. Theoretically, there should be more outgoing current out there, so you should be getting swept up the course. That is Hudson Parrish, hard left. We worked with him on not That's Hudson right there, 103.97. And you guys have to put the windward telltale to bed in lighter wind. It's called putting it to bed. It cannot be bouncing all over the place. Then once you're going fast and you're up to speed, then you can maybe have the windward telltale lifting. All of our standards right there. He had a second to last race. We worked with him between races on not feathering so much. The sail was just luffing too much during the races. Your sail shift, see that? Okay, nice shift. Wow, look at Hudson just ramped up, overstood. Oh my God, they have waves, they're surfing waves. He's overstood by, I mean, the mark is here. Look how small he was. He's like this big, and the mark is like this big. He is way overstood. And he was not, that was really good that he just stayed high on those waves. Good, Hudson. I haven't been an A fleet that long. This might be his third A fleet we're doing. Oliver coming in here, recovered a little. Oh, Clara Ann at 103.96 coming in here. Blue Book, you can't see her right now. Theoretically, you could understand to the mark there. You could actually tack a little early and the current would sweep you up. Clara Ann at 103.96 is about to come around to the top 8 again, I think. Yes, and again, she should, yeah, beauty. Yeah. Easily making the mark. No one's hitting the mark in this whole thing. Now, theoretically, the current will be less over here because it's shallow water. That's a shoal marker right there. And it's going to be more adverse current out there because that's the channel. So you've got to either go on port tack or go low. Clara at 103.96 is convinced the inside is the way to go, and you can see her headed that way. Race 4. One of our goals is to look back upwind. Here's a puff right over here. There's a light spot here. These boats look light. These boats look light. So you 7435 looks fast over there. So you're looking at those little things. If they're fast on the left, you air that way a little. You're not steering all over. B Fleet coming upwind. This is Parker Heim. No, this is Madeline Parrish coming upwind right here. Kind of doing well in the B Fleet. It looks like a righty. Look at her. She's footing too much compared to... That was one of our goals for A Fleet and B Fleet and C1 is seeing your speed. Seeing if you're gaining or losing against the boats around you and being able to calmly steer to control it. Here's Laz. We talked to Laz between races about sitting forward and pulling the main sheet harder. And look at him. See, now his bow is down and his boom is in. He's got power. He's just been under trim every race and sitting too far back. Jack, another good start, 101.16. Jack had his, that's a full sail. He needed to have his outhaul tighter. Main sheet tighter in the puff. You get a puff, you trim a little, and then the boat accelerates and you trim a little more. You can give a little ease as you get the puff, and then you pull it in slow and pretty hard. But you can't just, in the puffs, you can't let the main out and just leave it out. Laszlo is going to be winning by a lot. Jack's going to be second by a lot. Madeline Parrish coming in from the right there. She's going to be third. So that's great. The kids are sailing well. Now, the thing to remember about the current now is that you could hit these gates easier, and downwind is going to take you a long time because of the current against you. You're against adverse current the entire run, so you have to be fast downwind. You've got to have your bang right. You got to have your body position right, your eyes, everything right. Okay, C1's just got to start off. Looks like 9419 Duncan got called. So he's slowing down to go round the end. Glad 10076 at the top end had a good start. Poppy Card 10022 had a great start. She is not an over trimmer. 10022. Most of the time, she's on the slightly loose side. Yeah, 10022. She's just going fast, waiting. She could almost cross everybody right now. Here, she's probably gonna hit it. Oh my God, she's gone. She's gonna attack and be gone. Oh, she still can't cross. Yeah, now she can cross. I bet you anything she throws it in. Oh, Elizabeth just tacked green boat. She's having another good race. Nice tack by Poppy. Very good balance on her feet. She's gonna duck this boat. Nice. Now you got a huge lane. We got Vlad here, same fleet, C1, 10076. He could be winning. Man, it's just too much good stuff going on. Our kids are really coming on. Madeline Carriage right there. So we got the twins winning races. That's Madeline winning a B fleet race by a mile. Here's our other three B fleeters doing very well in this race. And then here's Hudson, her twin brother, winning an A fleet race right over here. And not by a little bit. Oh man, Ronan Cervais might be winning this regatta, dude. Great boat right here. Perfect. Light air, he's staying calm. Boom's out past 90 in the light spot. He's just staying calm. Yeah, he's looking around. He's trying to get inside of Pearson here. Yeah, these boats have a lot of wind. He's just staying calm. Bang's bouncing. See that? Leech is bouncing. That's how you want your leech. You want the leech just bouncing like that, just a little bit, just like Pearson. The leech is that. Yep. And then 10396 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she's gonna have another top 7. Oh, that's Ellison Wheeler coming in here. 9559 coming in here in 190. Ah, yeah, another top 10 for Oliver. Awesome. Okay, end of race 4. 8th. Yeah, there goes Madeline to the finish. Where is the green buoy? Her brother just won the A fleet race. Now she's gonna win the B fleet race. Oh, I see the green buoy now. And Laszlo coming in 4th, Jack coming in 5th. Very good. Some people are having better races now than they were earlier, and that's what we want to see. No giving. I know these videos are long, but the race committee boat is now hanging completely the opposite way to the wind. The good news is that we're learning a lot about tomorrow. Tomorrow's wind direction is supposed to be 10 degrees, 15 degrees further right tomorrow. There's Jimmer. And but yeah, look at it. You gotta know all these current cues. So if the race committee boat is hanging against the wind like this, you know that barging is really dumb. You can tack way below the pin and lay line and make the pin. You are going to get swept over the line, so you have to stay deeper into the sequence. And there we go. That's what we're learning up on the last race. And that big thunderheads out there, not really strong ones, have created some of the wind today. Heat rising and sucking in the cool air. The water temperature is down into the 65 or 64 now. It's gone down 6, 7, 8 degrees in the last month. Who knows why? We haven't had a lot of cold days. We've had a little bit of rain, I guess. Last race, A fleet coming up. Race committee boat is hanging opposite the wind. So again, you can be deeper in here and make the pin end. You're going to get closed out at the committee boat end. And here comes Oliver, yellow boat, 8600. He's slowly over trimmed, reaching down the line. Okay, wow, a jibe at 30 seconds is not always the best, but considering the current, not about, it will work better in this current. gonna make it. He's gonna make it. See? Current carried him right up over it. Wow, big boy pants on, Hudson. You just tacked next to one of the best Sabot sailors. That was a good lee bow against arguably like the second best or first or second best Sabot sailor in the fleet. That was just outstanding, and Hudson just won the last race. I got a little too close there. L should just roll out of there. 9559 should just be gone. Gone. I'm not sure why she's doing that. Clara Stewart, 101.53, doing well. You got to go left, you guys. You can't go up the middle. You got to make sure you get left with pressure. Clara could go now because there's pressure in the middle, but you cannot tack early into the middle if there's no pressure. We're over trim. I think that's over trim. Sail's too flat. This sail looks a little better on Clara. Yeah. Yeah, we've gotten Clara Hannum here playing the main sheet a little more. You ease out to gain speed and then trim. Yeah, it's a boat. Oh, L, look at L. 9559, little, yeah. Clara Stewart right here at first, winning. Oh, look at Hudson Parrish, race 2. He should be footing, dude. I don't know if you can see it, but that wind is going to knock him down a little. That puff, that shiny water. Watch him. He's going to start getting pushed down a little. Not much. Benton's keeping it in the bank. We've learned that, yeah, see how he's just keeping it in the bank? Wow, you don't get to roll the national champion very often. Keeping it in the bank. Wow, we're having a lot of good races right here. 1153 is probably first or second. L 9559 is sailing really well under the fleet. Lorelei sailing about where she is a lot of the time today. 678. Yeah, Clara Stewart. Oh, there's gonna be some bad air up here. I know these videos are long. Wow, Clara Stewart is just a rocket ship. She is such a steady footer. She's pointing higher because she got the boat going faster through the water. Oh, she's pointing higher because these guys overstood. That's okay. Oh, I get it now. The current is coming out this way, out of that opening. So as you get out here, you get lifted up. L is just ramped up coming around here in third. Red bow. Benton. Clara Hannum again, gonna have another top 6-7 rounding. Little snafu with the gate dragging with the current. They got that fixed. So you've got A and B fleeters all mixed up together. It's a remarkable sport just to steer the boat with a little 13 by 6 inch piece of wood or fiberglass in the water. It's not a big rudder. And these kids get all around each other with no problems. And let's see here. I don't see a lot of our kids in the front of this C1 fleet. So we're just gonna have to see how Poppy does there in 10022, but I don't. Oh, here's Duncan 9419 doing better than the last race. Yep. So that's okay. That's all right. Okay. Well, it's been a pretty good learning day, and a few of our kids are really close to, have won some races. And let's see if Clara Stewart can hold on to this. This would probably be the first A-fleet race that she's ever won. And the reason is because she is on the wind upwind and no higher. She doesn't go too low, but she Doesn't go too high upwind. She's right on the wind. She is getting sat on here a little bit. I think she's going to hold them off. Looks like 10116 Jack Riley is winning the B fleet with Parker 10275 and Laszlo 7696 doing pretty well. Here she comes around this gate. And looks like El Wheeler 9559 is having a good race. 10396 Clara Hannum having a good race. Lorelei might be coming here. 8577 having a good race. So remember, you don't want to sail like there's going to be a throw out. Oh, here's 10397. Hudson won the last race. He's in 6th. Oh, 29ers coming in. They had 6 races or 5 races out in the ocean. Jack Jocelyn putting the hammer down. Or that might be Ian Nienhuis. Benton's probably winning the regatta here. 10389. Beef leaders going around. So this is the last race. Let's see if Lorelei can get inside of her buddies here. This is like the 3 amigo girls here. Elle, Clara, talking and laughing with each other. And that's a good regatta. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow.